Welcome to the Jaffe stream. I usually don't do these this late, although I like doing late ones when I can. But I want to I had a whole show prep for this morning anyway, and there's some good stuff going on. There's the Pornhub 2024 year in review, which is always fun to go through. But honestly, I'm interested in the drones right now, man. Some people don't even know what is going on, and that is the weird thing. But here's the quick high concept of this. Last Christmas time, there were a bunch of drones spotted above a U.S. Air Force base. I don't think it was Langley, but it was one of the big ones, and they just hovered around for a handful of days. Then there were some earlier this year in the UK. America sent some people over to try to figure out what was going on, apparently. And then we've been getting a bunch of them the last 3 or 4 weeks in New Jersey. Those have spread to New York. They're now in California, Los Angeles, the Bay Area. We started getting them in San Diego just last night. And they're being called drones, and they may very well be drones. Certainly some of the, and I'm going to show you a bunch of video and stuff, but certainly people are, a little worried and concerned and all that shit. And so people are starting to see things that aren't really drones. Oh, it's a helicopter. Oh, it's a plane, whatever. Right. But there are very, very, very credible people and credible videos that are like those. There's something up there. And I'm not talking about the Tic Tac stuff. I'm not suggesting these are UFOs. They might be. I mean, they might be aliens or interdimensional beings or us from the future. But they also could just be drones. But there's footage of them in Beijing as well. Russia apparently is building drones in Beijing. And so but the Pentagon comes out and says, it's not us, it's not our adversaries, it's not our allies. And so, the real question is, have you seen them? What do you think they are? We saw Colin Moriarty's brother tonight, Dagan, who I'm on the shows with a handful of times, saying he just saw one fly over his house, right? So I don't have a dog in the fight as it relates to, are they from outer space? I think the more terrifying concept is that that they're us from modern times. And the worst case scenario I can think of is that they are either Biden or Trump, who are preparing to create enough of a scare tactic to get the Congress to vote that the American military can operate within the bounds of the United States, whether that's because the Biden administration is worried about the inauguration day, or whether it's Trump. I don't mean Trump wouldn't have this control. Trump, in fact, just tweeted tonight. I'll show you what he tweeted. Now, again, how deep does it go? Who the fuck knows? Could he be in on it? Sure. Why not? But Trump tweeted tonight, it's ridiculous that our government doesn't know what these are. And he's basically saying, shoot them down. And people have started shooting into the sky. There's no way the G-Man doesn't know where they're from. It's being kept secret, says Thomas. It's absolutely being kept secret from us. But the question is, who else is it being kept secret from? You've got governors and mayors of these towns, of these cities going, what the fuck are these? Right. You've got there was a Senate hearing with a bunch of senators 2 days ago or yesterday going, what the fuck are these? So the thing is, I don't think that they are anything other than something that we absolutely know about at a government level, at some level of government. I have a hard time believing these are adversarial drones from Russia and China, and we're just letting them stay up in the fucking sky. Unless what we do know is that they are China or they are Russia, and they've got radiation in them. There was a report that firemen said if they encounter one that has crashed, they need to wear hazmat suits, right? How real is that? I don't know. But that would be terrifying if it's like, hey, look, motherfuckers, we're over your cities now, and we can press one button and we'll just start dropping nuke material or radiation material. We'll start dropping bombs. Who the fuck knows? Or it's us prepping for something. I have no idea. But it is so weird that they're just up there and they're not hiding. They're not, and people are, people in the authorities and stuff are not doing anything about it. You'd think it's like, okay, we'll go chase these fuckers down, but so far, no. And like I said, I'm going to show you some video in a second. Didn't we let Chinese spy balloons chill and fly around a year or two ago? No, it was national news, international news. There were Chinese spy balloons. And after, X number of hours, Biden gave the order to shoot them down. And they got shot down. But this is not that. This is, they've had months. It's probably just top secret Department of Defense precaution, Jaffe. Again, I understand. I'm not trying to make it sound like more than it is, but if it was top secret Department of Defense, why would you not call the authorities, the police, the governors, the mayors, and say, look, we're doing some shit? Because they always do that. They're always like, hey, we're testing in this area tonight. We want to let you guys know, don't freak out. When they fly the black helicopters through the cities, you guys have seen that, right? That is the same thing, but they'll let the cities know what the fuck is going on, or at least so the public doesn't get freaked out. So some people are saying they're coming from the ocean, whether they're aliens or not, I couldn't tell you. But again, now they are starting to spread to various places. Let me just show you some clips. We'll talk about it if you have seen them or you have any theories on what they are. And what's really interesting is there's a lot of people that are like, dude, it's mass hysteria. It is people are just seeing shit that's not there. And it's like, sure, but watch some of these videos and they address that directly. Hang on one second. I'll show you a couple of these. They may not be telling the cops top secret info. No, but they absolutely do tell the cops or the authorities in the area, hey, we're doing tests tonight. You guys have seen these videos, right? With helicopters flying low in cities and stuff, and they're unmarked and stuff. You think the cops don't know what's going on? Even if it's like, we're not going to tell you what we're practicing, but we're up there. Don't worry about it. If you start getting phone calls, don't worry about it. One sec, I'll show you. Okay. Call John Garvin. Hey, well, it's not always at night, actually, in Spa. There have been a number of, not a lot, but there have been some that are shown during the day. But let me show you, let me start with this. This is the New York Times is talking to, I don't know who this woman is, but let's find out together, shall we? Here we go. Yeah, they're all the way to upstate New York in Canada. That's right. It's just, again, no, Kevin says it's just drones, right? I'm not sure what's strange about drones. Anyone can buy one. The problem is these are not like, these are drones that are the size of cars. They're drones that can stay in the air for hours. They are drones that a lot of them do not have authorization to be those kinds of drones flying. The drones are flying over Donald Trump's golf course. They're flying over the FBI agents' homes that are investigating them. They were flying over California yesterday, where there was the Secretary of Defense or incoming Secretary of Defense at some kind of fundraiser or meeting. These are not just like, hey, I went and bought a drone at the convenience store. But even if they were, why this now? Why all the pushback? So check this. Check this out. This is from CBS News. Look at this.
South Bronx, Christina Fan, CBS News, New York.
New York City lawmakers are calling on the NYPD and the federal government to solve the growing drone mystery spreading across the Northeast. More than 3,000 sightings reported thus far. Just a few moments ago, New York Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis addressed the situation. CBS News New York is covering
Congresswoman.
The world's on Staten Island. And now we feel like we're characters in that movie. What is happening is outrageous. Thousands of drones and unmanned aerial systems flying above us, and our government is not telling us who's operating them and for what purpose. I don't believe that the United States of America, with its military capabilities, does not know what these objects are. And what I'm asking, and what we're all asking, is for you to be straight with us and just tell us what is going on. As Vito says, this is creating havoc. People are confused, they're concerned, they have anxiety, they don't know what's going on. There's all sorts of theories that are out there. And the best way to address this is to just be honest and tell the American people what is going on.
Okay, so that is what's happening in New York. Tech Protect says the drones look familiar. I wouldn't be surprised they don't tell local officials. What do you mean they look familiar? But regardless, now, these are drones. Well, I'll show you the ones in China, because a lot of people are saying, oh, maybe it's China. This is what the Pentagon said.
Coming from a foreign. Aware of those drone sightings that have been reported. At this time, we have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary. We're going to continue to monitor what is happening, but at no point were our installations threatened when this activity was occurring.
Can you rule out that these are American drones or U.S. military drones?
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
Representative Jeff Van Drew, who is a Republican from New Jersey, was just on the air saying that Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones, and that mothership is off the coast of the east coast of the United States. Is there any truth to that?
There is not any truth to that. There is no Iranian ship off the coast of the United States, and there's no so-called mothership launching drones towards the United States.
Okay, and then this is just, I see a bunch of you guys in the chat, and I get it. It's the same every time. Again, no one is saying, or I'm certainly not saying, these are fucking aliens, okay? And I'm not saying the issue is this. Ravenos, there's nothing what your cynicism is noted, but there's no value to it, because no one is suggesting this has to be some sci-fi thing. No one is suggesting the Russians are invading. Some people are, but the issue becomes when you've got them appearing all over America now, you've got them flying above Trump golf courses where he's at, FBI agents' homes. Now they're appearing in England. They're apparently over Beijing. It would be nice to know, not the specifics. You don't have to show me the schematics of the fucking blueprint if this is some new kind of surveillance drone, but it would be nice, because we can see them, to just say, oh, yeah, we're testing some shit. Don't worry about it, right? Jeremy says what's interesting is that the drones don't put off any heat and don't show on radar like conventional drones. I haven't heard that, but I mean, that would be even more interesting. Did I forget the clowns a decade ago? No, but the clowns a decade ago, nobody thought that I mean, I can't even think of a scenario. Clowns escape from the circus. I mean, they're clowns or people in makeup. Who gives a shit? It can't be drone hobbyists. Watch this.
Move at rapid speeds. That is what it is on the ground. I'll certainly invite the National Security Advisor to come to New Jersey, visit us, and listen to some law enforcement and his own naval personnel at Naval Weapons Station Earl here in my county, and speak with them, because these are trained eye professionals. We get that some people may be calling in manned aircraft, but at the same token, you can't have members of the state police, county and local law enforcement, trained personnel from the Picatinny Arsenal and Naval Weapons Station Earl, 2 military installations here in New Jersey, calling it what it is, right? The highly sophisticated, very large objects that avoid detection, have their lights turned on and off, move at rapid speeds, That is what it is on the ground here. And I grant it, some people will see, manned airlines in a flight pattern. But when you have the Naval Weapons Station Earl, at the same time Kirby is at the podium filing a report with the U.S. Navy from Virginia saying that they were activating their D-drone equipment, right, for a drone activity on the base. There's something afoul here. And
okay, so they're basically saying they know some people are reporting airplanes and helicopters, but these are military folks, police folks that are on the base going, we don't know what this is. And here's a guy, people are saying, why don't you just send up your own drones? People are trying it. Here's a guy who tried it.
My drone up in the air was right here over Picatinny. There was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down, dead battery. I was right here over Picatinny.
Right now, again, a lot of military drones will have they'll have drone protection. They'll have the ability to go, let's shut these things down. So that doesn't mean it was something magical, but people have tried to do what this guy is saying. This is, let me show you this real quick. This was interesting. Here's just one flying above New Jersey.
Mysterious drones in South Jersey.
That's not an airplane.
Now.
It's not a helicopter. It may be a Radio Shack drone, although it's not Radio Shack, but but that's a pretty big fucking drone.
These are military crafts. These are not extraterrestrials. They are not extraterrestrials. These are military craft.
Well, I heard you, buddy.
I'm looking at it. I hear it. That is a military craft. It's very low.
So it's blinking like a Christmas tree. They're not
how low it is.
They're not making an effort to hide it. And again, let's take the most obvious, because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they are, like everybody else is. Let's assume it's a military craft. Okay, cool. Why is the military not telling? Like, if you look at this, let me show you. I think you can find it. Like black helicopters in city skylines or whatever. Let's see what comes up. Okay, tons of military helicopters flying downtown San Diego in the middle of the night. The local San Diego authorities were very familiar and very aware that there was going to be military special forces flying helicopters when this was recorded. And they let them know. So when people called in, they could say, yeah, don't worry about it. They're testing. And what, if I remember correctly, this was they were testing for helicopter pilots if we had to fly into areas like Ukraine or what have you, right? Where there's like large buildings and whatnot. So I agree with you that the military does all kinds of things without telling us. And I get that. I'm not upset about that. I'm not like, but when they do stuff that's so clear to the public, they at least let the authorities know. And what I'm asking some of you guys that seem to be skeptical about this is, why are they having drones appear all over the country now with big, bright, blinking lights, assuming they're not aliens, they're not from the future, they're not from Russia, they're American fucking drones? Why are they doing that and not at the very least telling the Pentagon or telling any of these people, the local law enforcement or Department of Homeland Security, to say, yeah, guys, we're testing out some shit. Don't worry about it. How we know they know what they are? They said they don't know. Right. I agree. Yes, 100%. I absolutely think these guys know what the fuck these things are. Apparently this was in Beijing, which is interesting. Now, you're not getting as clear as images here, but this guy says he's seeing these drones in Beijing, which I don't know if that rules anything out or not, but there you go. Doug says this time they aren't letting the authorities know, because if citizens find out they're blatantly being surveilled, they will be pissed. Okay. I mean, makes a little bit of sense. A company submitting special class FAA perm sheets wouldn't have advised anyone in the non-essential level of info. A company submitting a special class term sheet for the FAA wouldn't have advised any, right. But at this point, though, when you've got them all over the country, wouldn't you think we've arrived at the point now where that just like standard company who's like, hey, we're just testing out some drones, you know, and they're causing panic, you'd think that whoever at the FAA has to approve it would release a statement and go, yeah, we know what you guys are saying. Everything's fine. It's not the fact that those things couldn't be and probably aren't surveillance drones, like the kinds that you were saying that are flown over the border and stuff. But what seems weird to me is the fact that they're not telling us. Now, I did hear someone on TV last night say this, and this is probably the most terrifying, is that they're under the impression that someone has made it into the United States, continental United States, with some kind of nuke device, briefcase nuke, dirty bomb, whatever. And they obviously don't want to create mass panic. And so maybe these are up there searching for some kind of radiation signals, which is why they tell the fire department if one crashes, put on a hazmat suit before you get next to it. Not to say that radiation detectors would require that. I don't know how this works. But that makes a little bit of sense, which is, hey, we've detected someone coming in with this. We don't know where they are. They could be in California, Jersey, Santa Monica, because there was one over Santa Monica tonight. That makes a little bit more sense. So, I mean, but again, these are the kind of things that are allowed to fester because they're not saying anything. And I guess in that case, would you rather them say nothing? Because what are they going to do about it? Once you know that we're dealing with fucking the possibility of a fucking nuke going off somewhere in America, you know, perhaps it would create a lot of danger and problems. Awesome Tatum is sending me pictures. Awesome Tatum, can you tell me where these are from? I'll bring them up on the chat. He's just sending me pictures of drones. But let me open it up so you guys can see it. I'm not sure if he's saying that these are, why are they over China too? Well, there's a totally different scenario where Russia has gone to China and said, hey, make drones for us, and they're testing them. So it could be totally unrelated. So this is what Awesome Tatum is sending. But again, he's not giving me any context, so I don't know. It says breaking news: New Jersey drone close-up revealed. You won't believe your eyes. But okay, so this is this a video? Let's see. Or these are just still pictures. Let me see. Open in browser. Okay. Yeah, I don't think these are videos, but yeah, I mean, so it's just drones spraying chemicals. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is there a reason Streamlabs isn't working? What do you mean? What's not working about Streamlabs? Educate me, good sir. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, look, if you guys don't, I have tons of topics. We can move on if you want, but I'm fascinated, terrified, curious. You know, because what do you think? Wouldn't that be the scariest fucking thing, is if they are basically looking for a bomb? I mean, that would be the one that I think would be the one that's just terrifying, because you absolutely never know if they found it, how long this is going to go on, right? Do they all appear to be the same model? If so, then that is strange. I don't know. I mean, again, some things could be airplanes, right? This could just be an airplane. People are posting shit saying, oh, you know, I'm seeing drones, right? But some of them are and some of them are not. This is Twitter with San Diego drone. So let's see. Camp Pendleton here in San Diego says, we're not flying any drones right now. Let's see. Mystery drone sightings in San Diego. Let's see what these look like.
in New Jersey, people are concerned and demanding answers, but the government isn't saying much. Now similar sightings are being reported here in San Diego and across Southern California. CBS 8's Brian White has the details.
This is over my house right now. What is that?
It's a question puzzling New Jersey residents looking up at the sky.
They're just pacing back and forth, going very slow.
Since last month, dozens of drones mysteriously hovering in the Jersey skies at night. Olivia DiMatteo owns a coffee shop near where the drones have been spotted.
They are the size of small cars, like almost like a Mini Cooper or a Ford Escape size.
There is a bunch of red lights floating in the sky.
This video was taken by archaeologist Colin Rambo a couple weeks ago in Lemon Grove.
I just want to point out though that he's an archaeologist, which is super cool, and his name is Rambo. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Driving down the street, just
That's
right down the street
best.
from my house here, and I pulled my car over because I saw what looked like a fleet of glowing red orbs.
Last night, someone called our CBS 8 newsroom with reports of a large drone sighting above the SR 125 freeway.
There are drones all over the sky.
And this video was taken 3 nights ago in Temecula.
We eventually saw one really fairly close, and it was just about the size of a car. We were at some points right under them, and there was no noise at all.
Music artist and producer It's Nomad Music said these didn't seem like regular planes or helicopters.
They'll be going just straight one direction, and then all of a sudden they'll just zag, and then keep going, or turn around, or they just break really quick.
I reached out to the Riverside County Sheriff's Office. They confirmed the drones were not law enforcement's, and a spokesperson for Camp Pendleton told me they're aware of recent drone activity in surrounding communities, but that, quote,
It's not a
no
porn
military
tab.
unmanned aerial systems training or activity has occurred during the time or place in question. Meanwhile, in Lemon Grove, looking back, Colin thinks what he saw could have been paper lanterns in the air, but he's not sure.
Could be.
With everything that's going on in the news, all these sightings, just please look up at night, you know? The more we look up, the more chances we'll have to see what's out there.
Brian White, CBS 8.
Yeah, I mean so I don't fucking know. Let's go to Dagan's, because you're saying Dagan Moriarty's. By the way, we will get to the Pornhub tab. Don't worry about it. I'm going to show it to you. All right, let's go to Dagan tweeted out this. I don't know if he had any follow-ups, but he said, these massive drones are hovering at least 2 or 3 over our biggest cities. One just flew low and loudly over our house less than an hour ago. No one knows what's going on. That's Colin's brother. Did you take a video? Helene has good video. I'll share soon. Okay, let's see if he's put it up yet. Dagan, what are you doing? Where's your video? God damn it. This is the second night of drones flying over Philly. You literally can't step outside without seeing a couple at a time. Am I taking crazy pills? Come on, Dagan. Where's your fucking video? I can't believe he's not put it up. Motherfucker. Somebody call Dagan. Shit's weird. He said his wife has good video. He hasn't posted. Okay. Are these UFOs or something? No, I don't think so. I think these are absolutely clearly man-made, American, probably. I mean, I think if you look at Occam's razor, I'll tell you what, the link is up top. If you want to call in and you want to give me your thoughts, I would love to know what you really think they are. I want to know. Ravno says, I just saw one. He's not lying. Hey, I think I don't know where you are, but yeah, if here's the link, but it's also at the top of the YouTube. I would love to talk to you guys before we move on to the next topic, including the Pornhub topic, because I want to know, I'm sure he is lying. Again, you guys don't understand. I don't have a dog in the fight. To everybody who's out there trying to be debunkers, like it makes you look like a smart skeptic, that's not what this is about. We know something is up there. We know it's probably us. The story is not aliens, although it might be. The story, though, is more likely this doesn't make sense. It doesn't fucking make sense is all. Now, if you want to think aliens, this is what Greer has said about this. Now, I don't, he's got a vested interest in making some money. So I don't know, but I'll play it for you. It's real quick, and then yeah, I'll bring in Matt in a minute. Let's listen to this guy.
The information they're going to give me as they come forward, because they've gone to ground now, they're only
Some whistleblowers about UFOs and stuff.
I'm going to hand off to every celebrity and every media outlet and every influencer I know. And I need you guys to do the same thing. And it'll be open source. It'll be on a site that is blockchain protected, that's now stood up. And it's got to be seen by several billion people within a few days. So that means it's got to go wide. We're not talking about ufology and a handful of UFO nuts knowing about this. The reason for it is that this summer he came to my place in Washington, and he says, we don't want to risk our lives and our families' lives. And the main guy has 3 children, 2 of them are still fairly young, and he doesn't want to have his whole family killed for no good reason. In other words, where this gets released and it's a tree that fell in the woods nobody heard. So I said, let me put together this asymmetric disclosure where, regardless of what the bureaucrats in Washington do, or London, or anywhere else, it's seen by a large number of people. It's like what I've always said, you squeeze the toothpaste so hard out of the tube, it cannot be put back in. But listen, everyone listening, if you're an influencer, if you've got a YouTube channel, a Facebook, TikTok, X, we're going to have it on a site where you can download it and put it everywhere.
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hey, by the way, Awesome Tatum, if you're watching, if anybody can take Awesome Tatum's photo and put it into Photoshop and bring the lights up and see if you can kind of get a little bit more clarity on that. It is probably one of the best drone pictures we've got. But again, I'm not saying it's anything, crazy. It's probably just a drone, and it looks very man-made. But what is it? Beyond that, I'm curious. No, also notice no historical record mention a mysterious flying object. Those start appearing in the 50s over the US. It's fake for sure. What is fake? The drones are up there. They're real drones, man. They're real drones. Or there's something. I think they're looking for nukes. That's what I think. And I think we're going to learn about it when one of them goes off and we're like, well, guess we didn't get them. The link is broke to what? The link is broke to chat. Here, I'll put it in the thing again. Here, it's right here. I have not seen one swap fire, but I would like to. You best believe I'm looking up all the time. This is Maddie. Matt, it's hang on, let me get rid of this off the screen. 1 second. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So, these are obviously military drones. They're gonna deny. That's just how the U.S. government works. But I'm pretty sure that they're either a new kind of missile defense system, kind of like Israel's Iron Dome, or maybe like jammer drones for like the kind of drone combat that's going on in Ukraine.
Okay. All right. So you think the most likely explanation is they are either doing tests for shooting down missiles or tests for stopping drones from attacking that get launched in America from bad guys who are in America, or maybe even like this guy on TV was suggesting that they are searching for some kind of signal of radiation to determine if there is some kind of nuke out there. You think it's one of those kind of protection scenarios?
I think it's most likely a missile defense thing, because you're hearing reports of them over China too. So if we have something like that,
and the UK,
so if we have something like that, China's probably hacked it and stole the design. And, there's a lot going on with Russia. They launched a hypersonic missile at Ukraine. So I think the idea it would be to have like a network of drones kind of up in the air already to intercept these hypersonic missiles.
What do you think? Okay, so then what do you think? That sounds more likely than anything else. One of those scenarios. What do you think the reason is that the Pentagon's not just saying, then we're not going to tell you what they are, but we're just testing some.
This is a government thing, man. They deny. I mean, at the top levels, that's just what they do. Even if you have them pinned down and have a gun to their head, they just deny. You know, that's what they do.
So you don't think Biden should come out and say, look, there's no reason to be worried. We're not going to tell you what we're doing. We can't give away our hand, but this is what they are. I mean, especially now that Trump's going on Twitter telling people to shoot at him, basically.
Yeah, if you shoot at them, that's a felony automatic.
It's not a felony. It's only a felony if you know what it is. But there's
that's true. That's true.
If I shoot at one of these and it hasn't identified itself, how am I supposed to know?
If you shoot at aircraft, and that's why it's a felony to shoot down drones. That's a felony. I've heard about people shooting down people's private drones and getting slapped with a felony.
Interesting. Well, it could be that. But but you think it's hey, I hope. I mean, I hope you're wrong, but I hope you're right in the sense that at least, you know, this is the world we're in. If my other fear is that it's just going to kind of lead to a slippery slope of more surveillance or allowing the military to operate with very little oversight within the borders of America. I mean, that seems kind of worrying as well, but
yeah,
you know,
I think they're trying to not cause hysteria. Like, oh, we're going to get, because I mean, Russia is pissed. They're real pissed about the Ukraine war and everything we're doing. So they, you know, I've heard things, you know, I watch the little Sean Ryan show sometimes, which can be, you know, on and off good, depending on who he's got on. But, you know, one of the kind of intelligence ladies he had on earlier said that, that Russia is helping, you know, some kind of Islamic organization to launch a terror attack in the U.S., which, you know, that could be, you know, the thing about the nuclear, you know, trying to detect some kind of nuclear signal. That's possible. That's very possible. But these are definitely U.S. drones. I mean, these aren't aliens. These aren't, you know.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they might be aliens, but if they're aliens, they sure as fuck don't look that impressive. I mean, I'm looking at this thing on the screen. I'm like, okay, it looks like a fucking refrigerator with some blades, you know, and really heavy ones. So, you know. But all right, buddy. Well, I appreciate the call. I think you're probably going to end up being right. I just hope you're right in the sense that it is a test for the worst case scenario versus a test for what they think is pretty much going to be happening in the next couple of months. You know, that would be the worst case, but we'll find out together, I'm sure. All right, buddy.
Thank you, my call, man.
Anytime, man. So where did it go? Where did this guy write this? It says the military's been operating with little oversight for ages. Laugh, laugh, laugh. I understand. Nobody is suggesting that the military is open with what they do. But at the same time, though, we do have structures in place and our government, our elected officials do oversee the military. It's designed that way. And again, I don't need the military to say anything, but when your state and local senators and your senators at a federal level are having hearings because they don't know, and the oversight committees are the ones that are in charge of the military actions, and they can't even come out and say, fellas, don't worry about it. We got this. That's worrying. That's worrying, and that's weird. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't know how their Biden is. Well, yes, somebody's there. I mean, it may not be Biden at this point. I'm not sure, says Bad Robo, if radioactive material can be detected from this height. Let's find out. How far away? I mean, obviously it could be new tech, but God damn it. Can we detect radioactive material? Let's see what it says. Okay, so half a mile, a little over half a mile. And how high? Half a mile up would be 2,600 feet. So that kind of tracks. They're saying these are at about 2,000 to 3,000 feet. So maybe that is what they're looking for. Maybe that is what they're looking for. Daniel, my nephew, says, surely ChatGPT knows what the drones are up to. I've asked. It doesn't. It totally doesn't. Okay. Ravnos, you didn't see shit. You didn't see a goddamn thing. It's pretty hard to determine their altitude if you don't know the size. Well, they do know the size. They're saying it's, you know, it's the size of a car. Some of them are the size of a car. There's the ones in Beijing. Let's see if there's any more on this. Otherwise we'll move on. I'll show you the Pornhub tab. Let me see if there's anything new that is broken in this. But I want to go out and see this shit. Are you kidding? I want to fucking see it. Jaffe, if it was releasing radiation, it would have given off heat. No. I'm not saying Apex Predator that the drone is releasing radiation. I'm saying the drone is searching for signals of radioactive material on the ground because they seem to think maybe there is a somebody with some kind of, briefcase bomb or briefcase nuke or dirty bomb, or somebody has stolen radioactive material and they've vanished into the continental United States and they're basically prepping a bomb to go off and they're trying to find it. That sounds pretty fucking likely at this point because we've always known it's a matter of time before that happens. And we know that Iran has been very, very close to getting the ability to make a nuke. So I'm not saying it is happening, but I'm saying this could be training for that. Could be training for that, which would be terrifying. But so maybe they don't want to say anything, but you could still lie. Just say, no, we're testing out some new drones. Shut up. That's what they should say. Okay. Let's just check out Sandy. I want to check out, somebody check and see if Dagan's wife uploaded the footage. Same drone is by the moon as seen in Sandy. Oh, that's Jupiter. Fuck you, motherfucker. All right. So no new news. I don't think Dagan's wife has updated anything. Hello, no controversy. You're missing the point, Atar. No one is saying that Iran is flying. You're not even listening. No one is saying that Iran is sending a nuke over and no one with a missile. And no one is saying Iran is flying these. What I'm saying is, could Iran have built a briefcase nuke or a dirty bomb and snuck it into the continental United States? And America knows that that person with that bomb is somewhere out there. And they have theories that they're over Jersey or New York or California, somewhere in California. And they're basically fanning out, trying to basically find the radiation signal. That's a very likely scenario, but, nobody's saying they're releasing drones, Apex Predator. Nobody's saying Iran is the one releasing the drones. Okay. Well, are we ready to move on? Let's move on. If you guys got nothing new to offer, I would like to think that somebody would have seen something and called in and said, Jaffe, I fucking saw it. Apparently, hell, Dagan saw it. If Dagan saw it, somebody else out there saw it. Come on. Give me something. Let me ask you guys, is it the fact that when you do a stream, most people listen to live streams and you're doing something else? Like Addie Pie literally just wrote me, Jaffe, the drones look like man-made crap. Come on. I know, Addie Pie. No one tonight has seriously offered up the theory that what we are seeing is anything other than man-made drones. No one's saying that. Is it just because you're busy basically masturbating or something? What is it that makes you think that we are saying that it's anything other than that? Most people think they're man-made. They're probably United States drones. If you want to call in, just click this link. I'll put it right here, Raymond. All you have to do is click that and you can come on the show. I'll drag you in. But in a couple of minutes, I'm going to go to the Pornhub tab. They've released their 2024 update on sort of the porn in the porn in the world, what's happening in the world of porn right now in America, basically. And then we're going to be also talking about we got some slang words. We got the top slang words of 2024. There's some good stuff. The new link works. The one on top doesn't. Okay, let me get rid of the one on top then. Let me unpin that, and hopefully the new link will be what we can use to move with that. I can fucking find it. Here we go. Unpin. Try this one. Okay. Okay. Pornhub is haram. I don't know what that is. Okay. Kenny, it's Jaffe. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Actually, I'm not okay.
Why? What's going on?
I'm a little upset, man.
What are you
Because I
upset
watched
about?
the Game Awards. I watched the Game Awards last night, like pretty much everyone, and the trailer for Intergalactic dropped, and it's just these guys wasted no time through this entire day today. Every time I go on YouTube, all the videos are just coming up on my For You page. And I'm like, how is there all this outrage over a reveal trailer? No gameplay, no story, just a reveal trailer. And some of the stuff these guys are saying, a diversity hire, the message. I mean, I could just go on and on. All these buzzwords these guys are using, and I've been putting out on X that these companies like the Ubisofts and even Sony now have to get ahead of this situation and take a stand, right? It's either you're with your creatives or you're not. Because
I'm gonna go look. I'm looking right now because I want to see. I mean, I put up a video about it, and I was quite positive about it. When I first saw it the other night, I was like, or last night, I was like, it's not really for me, but I didn't have any problems with it. But the more I slept on it and looked at it, I was like, hey, this is pretty good actually. But yeah, it is interesting that it sounds like, yeah, I'm looking at one Naughty Dog destroyed for cringe trailer. Is that the kind of stuff you're talking about?
yeah, and it's just like a myriad of them, and of course the major ones already put out their their content, like the Smash JTs and the Rare Darks and those characters. But it's like, I guess my thing is that I understand the culture war is real. I get it, right? We all see what's happening. Like me personally, in my politics and my beliefs, I'm more center right, so I get it. But it's like these guys just like, it's like, what's the, now? Like, it's almost when somebody's spitting out fire in the building, right? It's like any little thing.
Kenny, I'm going to let you go because your mic is really hard to. I think we understand the gist, and we'll talk about it a little bit. But you're breaking up. You sound like a really hard to understand robot. All right. Thanks, Kenny. I appreciate the call, though. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking right now. At the internet. I'll show you guys. It's not. It's. I haven't gone to these people's channels, but I mean, if you look at, what comes up first, there's certainly a number of those that Kenny's talking about. The real reason Naughty Dog's IP is getting hate. Who's to say what Asmongold thinks about it? I didn't watch it. This is absolutely terrible for PlayStation. Why? Shut up. PlayStation mocked over Girl Boss Intergalactic. Naughty Dog fucks up. Witcher 4 and Intergalactic embrace sweet baby agenda. I mean, come on, shut up. These people do nothing. They've contributed nothing. Naughty Dog destroyed for cringe trailer. Shut up, you fucking idiots. But no, I haven't looked at Vera Dark stuff. I don't care. Oh boy, here we go again. Oh, here's Asmongold. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, but what Kenny was saying though about these people, needing to protect their creatives, the creatives will be fine. I mean, end of the day, I don't think I want you to think about this for a brief moment. This game comes out. It's a science fiction game. It looks like you play a badass lead character with a cool sword, probably a bunch of anime moves, which they were kind of probably teasing in the anime that she's watching in her spaceship. And it's produced and directed and created by one of the most premier groups. They say that they're taking more inspiration from Software and trying to do something that's much more freedom and not so scripted. And so it's that level of freedom and immersive sim with a layer on top of it, which is that beautiful Naughty Dog polish that a lot of people love. And what? People aren't going to show up because a bunch of fucking nothing, never contributed shit, fucking grifter fucks are saying it's woke. Yeah, fine. You don't deserve it. That would be my response. You don't deserve such a great game, so don't play it. Just don't play it. I mean, I hear Kenny's concern, but miss out on a great game. Who gives a fuck? Bickus Dickus, it's Jaffe. What's going on? Bickus Dickus. Come on, man. You got a great, funny name from history of the world, and you don't come on. All right, you're off. Let's bring on Anthony. Anthony, funny name from Anthony. What's going on? You don't come on. You got to turn down your. There's a delay. You got to. Anthony, what's going on? Don't come on. You got to turn down your. There's a delay. You got to. Anthony, what's going on? Don't come on. You got to turn down your. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, Anthony. If you can fix that, let me know. I'll try one more time. Hang on. Try one more time. Hang on. I'm getting a delay. I can't skip it all. Try one more time. Hang on. I'm getting a delay. I can't skip it all. Yeah. So I can't. But let me know. It'd be great. If we can make it work. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. The Quartering said in his latest video he doesn't play as female characters. What an idiot! Why would he not play as female characters? What is he worried he's gonna become trans or something? He's gonna identify as a woman. Thank you, Harry Johnson. He says, I'm tired of these people, Jaffe, toxic gamers. I'm tired of them too, but they're out there, they're making money. I mean, look how many views this guy got. What is it? 60 Asmongold got, over 250,000 from 5 hours ago. Which is fine. This guy clearly isn't happy. 17,000 8 hours ago. So, it's a business model. It works. Naughty Dog destroyed 60,000 views 13 hours ago. Doug says it seems like you tend to evolve your opinion and champion whatever game is being attacked as woke. Dragon Age Outlaws, Suicide, Intergalactic. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes, you're wrong. You were wrong. Let's see. Did you get it working?
Hey,
there you go.
Now.
What's up, buddy? What are you going to talk about?
Well, I don't know. I've been on since your last stream. I've been with Glass Burrito and another dude for like 2 hours talking about games.
Cool.
So I'm not quite sure what to talk about right now.
Oh,
other than the fact that you
anything.
should have Vera Dark on your show.
Oh God, no. Why would I want to have her on my show?
Oh, come on, dude. It'd be good content for everybody.
But what would I want to say to her? No matter what I say to her, and no matter how much it seems like we're building bridges or having some kind of meeting of the minds of the middle road, she's going to still go off just like that stuttering Craig did and totally, misinterpret and lay into me to make money. So what's the point? I don't really, I mean, I would if people want, but I don't know. It just seems really, assuming she would even come on, and I've asked her
to would come on. I'll call her tomorrow. She'll come on.
Why? What would you want? Okay, help me out with this then. What would you want me to ask her? Give me 2 questions that you really want me to ask her.
All about your views upon woke, quote unquote, gaming. And thanks, Jeremy. I am, but
because he said you're on drugs. The guy's hammered. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you. No. But no, I think she would be a great guest. And I think that calling her would be a good extension of you instead of being like, I'm David Jaffe and I'm a pussy and I don't want to talk to anybody.
I talked to
on your show.
I let everybody on my show. I don't care. And I reached out to her the day after and I said, hey, do you want to do some kind of thing? And she said, let me think about it. And then she got back to me, or she got back to her people and said, no, I don't want to do anything. I reached out to Asmongold. I had Asmongold's booker on my Discord, put me and Asmongold in a room together on Discord. And I'm like, hey, I'd love to talk to you about your stuff. Never heard back from them. So I'm not going to chase these people. It's like, look, I put it out there 2 weeks ago and they didn't respond. And okay, I'm moving on.
But you have to chase a little bit, right? Because
No.
you're the one getting 16K views. They're the one getting 60K views.
Yeah, but I mean that's okay. I mean they're not getting them in a way that I would want to get them, so it's not like I if I can't get enough views with my content's not good enough to get enough views. But just to chase after that, I hear you. I like controversy. I think controversy sells. It helps build a channel. But there's a point where you also have to respect the people who are at your show consistently, who go, that's not what I signed up for. So I would like people to go, if you're going to pick on me or punch at me, I will punch back and I will deal with that and we will have that out. But I'm not going to make that the mainstay of what my shit's about, because I think the people who show up regularly, that's not what they want.
Well, no, I think the fact that you punch back is the thing about you, and you do, but you don't punch back immediately after a stream. So there's this delayed effect, and people are like, well, Jaffe's this and Jaffe's that, and maybe Vera's right. But
yeah, that's okay.
You know what I mean?
That's okay. And also, look, you got to be careful too. You got to make sure you pick your battles. This one guy who's getting sued in San Diego from the ex-editor of Kotaku, and I don't know the whole case, but it sounds like he probably put himself into a situation because he was being reckless with his content. I don't know if that's the case, but it seems like it is. And it could bury him. It could absolutely bury him financially. And so if I'm going to punch back, it's going to be because I'm making sure I can do so in a way that is respectful of the audience that's listening, but also is not going to get me in legal jeopardy unless I really feel like it's worth the risk. And, but I hear you and I appreciate it, Anthony. And trust me, there's a part of me that would love to do it, but there's a bigger part of me that's like, you know what, I should build, my shit on something that I believe in. And again, some of that is controversy, but not as much controversy as I think you're looking for.
No, my version of a controversy is you being adversarial on your channel because what, 35-40% of the people want that?
Well, adversarial how? I mean, what else can I say about Vera Dark? I mean, what else is there, right? I mean, I don't really like her. I don't like her content. I don't like any of these grifters for the most part. I think they're disrespectful to a medium that I love. And I think end of the day, when all is said and done, all they've got is their anger. All they've got, they're Jerry Springer. And Jerry Springer's, he's dead, but he's great. He made entertainment. He fucked up culture, but he made entertainment. And that's great. But imagine your life if you basically look at your life and you get paid, and they get paid better than I do for doing YouTube. And imagine your life every day you get up and you're like, this is what I do for a living. I don't talk about things that interest me. I don't talk about different people with different agendas and ideas. All I do is put bile out into the fucking world. I don't want that. I don't want to be that. I mean, go to one of these people's pages and just look at all their videos. It's white text, red text, asterisks because they can't say the word shit or fuck. And it's all about how mad they are.
But isn't that what you do, though? I mean, you clean up your language, but I mean, if you fight them, you're still debating them.
What do you mean, isn't that what I do?
I mean, whether you use bad language or not.
No, I'm not saying bad language is a problem. Fuck, cunt, motherfucker, asshole. I'm not worried about that. What I'm saying is if you look at their thumbnails, if you go to their pages and look at their thumbnails, everything's negative. Everything's the sky is falling. your shit is being taken away from you. Get mad. That is the business they're in. They create widgets of hate, widgets of anger, widgets of dissatisfaction, and they send them out to people and they make money off of it. And some of them, I will grant them, probably believe what they're saying. And they are not grifters. They're just miserable. But some of them, most of them probably don't. And in that, I call them grifters. So, but I hear you and I appreciate it. Thank you, Edgar, Anthony. Call back, man. Call back later. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. Talk to you soon.
Absolutely. There he goes, fellas. Bickus, here's your last chance. Biggest Dickus, are you there? Biggest Dickus, you come in with a name. Let me ask you, do you think like your name is so crazy that I'm not going to say it and be like, oh, I guess Biggest Dickus? Dude, what? All right, well, I guess you don't want to talk. I'll just kick you off. See you, buddy. All right, let's move on. Because I don't know anybody who's seen one of these drones. I know they're up there. I think we're going to lose a fucking city is what I think. I think we're going to lose a fucking city. And that's what they're looking for. And I hate to say that, but it just seems correct. It seems correct. You don't do this. And because think about it. They know they're looking for a dirty bomb. They know they're looking for radioactive material. And if they tell us that, they're going to play their hand. And whoever's out there with the bomb is probably going to just try to launch it sooner than later. Anything they say probably runs the risk of letting people know what's going on. I think it's tragic, but yeah. Okay. Have I seen any in San Diego, Frank? No, but I've seen a bunch of footage where they say there's a bunch in San Diego. Ravnos, you hadn't seen shit. What's going on?
No,
buddy?
I really did see one.
I
didn't even think about that. It might
put yourself on the screen so I can see your face so I can judge if you're lying. I think you're lying.
Nah, dude.
There you see you're full of shit.
You don't want to. No, it's not that. Trust me, you don't want to see my face.
Why?
Here,
What the hell's going wrong with you?
I'll do it for a second.
And then when you do it, I want you to say, I saw one of these real drones, Jaffe.
Yeah, I'll look right into the camera. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm upside down. What the fuck? Oh. I saw one of these drones. At least I think it might have been one of these drones that I thought was a helicopter.
What part of the? Where are you? What part of the? What part of the city or the world or the America are you?
Bend, Oregon. I put a thing in the stream or on the Discord of literally where I saw the drone. And I have, hold on, there, better. Sorry, I had the TV on. I didn't realize it. So I was hearing you coming from the TV with a delay.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, literally, I'm not even kidding. Here's what happened. Okay, my daughter works like literally on the property of an airport. So at first I thought, oh, it's a plane, and then I'm like, wait, planes don't land here at 2 a.m. It's too small of an airport. And then I'm like, it must be a helicopter going to the hospital because you see the life flight, whatever they're called, helicopters for like when people get in like really bad car accidents,
right?
Immediate care. We see those all the time, but those things haul ass, and they usually fly at about 1,200 to 1,500 feet, depending on where it is. And then as we got closer, it kept getting bigger, but I didn't hear the thump, 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 thump that you would hear from a helicopter. So I'm like, okay, weird. And then when I got to because I was coming off, if you look on the thing, you see where it says Pal Butte Highway?
Yes.
I was coming down that, heading south, meeting up with Highway 20. And when I got there, I stopped and I looked, and it was barely moving forward. Like the whole time I watched, it was like 10 seconds. It might have moved 20 feet north. And I'm like, weird. I'm like, it must be a helicopter. It's just for some reason doesn't have its searchlights on. So I thought maybe it's using infrared. But then I'm like, well, if it was a helicopter, I had to hurt it. So
I don't know.
Really weird.
I don't know. I'm glad you saw something, but
it definitely was not a UFO. And to be honest, it didn't really seem like a drone because from my vantage point, it was a white light, like what you would see on a plane or a helicopter. Whereas usually with drones, they always are like colorful. This was just like a bright white light. And then at the very tip, like towards the north, was like a blinking, like a slow blink, like every maybe 0.6 of a second would blink blue. But I don't know, weird. And it's out in the middle of nowhere. So it's like, it's not like in the city. It was out in like the unincorporated area. So I don't know, man. And
All
there's
right,
no military base.
Hey, man, if you find another one, take a picture.
Hey, really quick on the
Yeah.
whole grifter chud crap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't engage with him anymore.
I'm
It
not.
seems like the more they get engaged with by people who are fucking sane, the bigger their audience gets.
Yeah, I have absolutely no plans to engage with him other than if they continue to come at me and it seems like, hey, I can do something fun with this content. But I really don't. I mean, Asmongold is a kid to me. I mean, he's like, what, 32 years old? I don't give a fuck what he says about me.
I mean, this new Naughty Dog game thing, here's the problem. Number one, a whole lot of people hate Neil Druckmann because he's Jewish. And he did a tweet about the IDF. So they think he is anti-Palestinian, anti-Gazan, and is just a genocidal maniac. They hate him because he killed Joel. They hate him because Abby.
And who else killed Jesus? The Jews.
Yeah, right.
And he killed.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah. And then this new one, they hired the actress who was the lead in that Star Wars: The Acolyte show, who already went through like a whole 6 months of everybody crying about lesbian space witches. So it's like, on one hand, they knew they were going to get this kind of shit, but on the other hand, they shouldn't be afraid of it. As in,
I don't think they. I don't know if they are afraid of it. That's what.
Well,
it's like.
they
These
disabled
people
the comments.
That doesn't mean they're afraid of it. That just means it's like, look, we don't want our product associated with a bunch of toxicity. If you guys are going to come here and review bomb it, and you're not going to actually engage with our product in good faith, it's better for us as a business to turn that off. But I don't think it means they're afraid.
It's sad that you have people that obviously, some of them obviously like video games. They're never going to touch it, or they're never going to like really pay attention to how fucking good the graphics, not just graphics fidelity wise, but art design was in that trailer, or how fucking brilliant the Trenton Atticus score was.
The synth stuff was great. I loved the synth stuff at the beginning.
That was amazing.
Excellent.
But yet, no, it's a black lesbian, so we have to hate it.
Well, first off, I don't think she's black, is she? But not that it matters. But the woman in the new thing is a black lady.
Well, the people crying about black lesbians. So
I mean, it shouldn't matter. But I'm just saying. Oh, I thought she was like.
I think she is
South Korean or something.
I think she's. What do they call them? Blasian.
I mean, you can be South Korean and black, but you know what I'm saying.
All I know is I think she's attractive.
I think she's attractive too.
Stars on the back of the head, but that's a character.
Also, yeah, she's cool.
There's a photo on the board, like not a board, but it's a wall. There's a photo. The whole story is obviously by looking at the photo, she was part of this badass crew of galactic thieves, and she obviously got fucked over, and so now she's a bounty hunter tracking down her old crew. Kind of like John Marston, which is funny because John Marston had a big scar on his face, and she has a big scar on the back of her head.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing about that character so far I don't like.
People were crying about her having a shaved head. It's like, really, dude? It's woke because a woman had a shaved head. Like, what the fuck?
I think people. Well, I think what they're saying is that it's not the traditional male gaze sense of beauty. And they're right. I mean, there are people who, that's a style now, but it's not, it's not the traditional sense of beauty, and at least in our culture. And in that, they're saying that was a conscious choice to turn away from the male gaze. And what's that?
Listen to this though. If she was hot, you know what they'd be saying? Girl boss. Girls aren't tough enough to be space bounty hunters.
Right. Yeah, they don't like women. A lot of them do not like women. A lot of, and some of them might, and that's great. But but again, I think the thing to remember is I don't think it's real. Like, I want you to think about this. Do you really think that Star Wars Outlaws didn't sell because some people on the internet? Do I think they pushed some people away and it was enough that was unfortunate? Sure. But Star Wars Outlaws didn't sell because of the brand being damaged over the last 10 years. It's got nothing to do with these, let them complain. They have a right to complain. But I'm just like, I wouldn't worry about them. I don't think Neil Druckmann's worried about them. You get big, you're going to have haters. You're going to have people biting at your ankles. That's what they're doing.
Yep. There probably would have been a lot of hate way back.
They are the video game version of the paparazzi is what they are.
And look,
they
let's be
make
honest, you and
money.
me
People
both
want to
know it.
read their shit, but they're
Yeah.
scumbags. A lot of them.
But you and me could admit we're not liars or grifters. Yes, video games used to be made where most of the women were essentially porn actresses
Yeah.
made out of polygons because I don't know, society was just a lot less mature back then. It was more sexist and everything was hypersexualized. And even the dudes, all the dudes were these like 6'4" hulking brute dudes that were totally handsome and badass. But yet you get a game where like a dude's scruffy looking, nobody goes, "Oh, it's fucking woke. They make dudes ugly now." Like look at the people in Stalker. Ugh, those guys are so
right.
grody looking, but yet
Yeah.
no one's complaining about that. Why?
Right.
Oh, is it because you're sexist and you just want hot women and you don't give a shit about attractiveness of people unless
I'm
there's
with you
something want?
100%. I just I've gotten quite bored of them though now because I'm like, look, they've shown their hand as this Kotaku article said. There's nothing yet to be upset about, and there may never be with a game like Avowed.
Yeah.
There's nothing in Indiana Jones to be upset about. It is a great fucking game.
Yeah, Darth, I get it. It's escapism. I do get it. And there are
some of it's
games
escapism.
that let you escape. Go play the First Descendant and fap over your character's butt.
Yeah, and how is this not escapism? You're
Also,
a science fiction fucking bounty hunter with a badass light sword fighting robots on other planets. It's not escapism because your dick only gets 60% hard versus 100% because she doesn't have any fucking hair.
I know, it's so weird. And Darth, we were talking about the whole, oh, bad writing. This is a perfect example of how they say bad writing, which is just, I'm racist, I'm a bigot, I don't like the gays, because we don't know what the writing is so far. The dialogue in that was good, not woke or modern. It didn't sound stupid. It didn't push a narrative. The only narrative it pushed was that the chick's a bounty hunter who used to be a criminal. She wasn't going to put up with her fixer trying to keep her away from tracking down one of her old crew. So she just said, literally, I'll replace you if you're not going to do it. But yet people are going to say later when the game comes out, oh, this game's trash. The writing, it's bad modern writing. When, let's be real, what they really hate, she's not a white chick with big old fucking tits. That's what they hate.
This moron in the chat says Jaffe put porn whores and God of War. Now he's against the male gaze. I'm actually not against that. That's another thing is that none of these people are capable of nuanced conversation. I'm not opposed. As I've said ad nauseum.
Everything.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with super fucking hot TNA and gore and all kinds of stuff, but it doesn't have to be in every fucking game. And when it's not, it doesn't mean it's a bad game.
Yeah. How many times did you get a boner watching Breaking Bad? For me, it was zero.
I didn't
But
watch
yet
that.
was Breaking. Okay, well, a lot of people love Breaking
But
Bad.
I'd never got one watching
It's
The
not
West Wing.
full of a bunch of like hot, scantily clad, whorish women. So why are they able to like a thing like that, even though his wife wasn't a total smoke show? Oh no, it's woke, dude. Darth, Breaking Bad's woke.
Yep.
Walter White's wife wasn't a hottie. See how dumb it is?
It's
there
very
are
dumb.
games with hot.
All right, Ravnos, I'm going to let you go, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Wait, if I yell and scream, can you pretend I'm Peter and just let me talk forever? I'm just kidding.
All right,
Have a
bye.
good one.
You too, sir. All right, let's bring on Nate. Nate, it's Jaffe. What's going on? Nathaniel. Nate. Yeah, I agree, Controller Sports. And Matthew, both you guys think she's hot. I think she's hot. I do prefer women to have hair. I think that's hotter, but there's nothing wrong with her. She's, it's not like she's a woman. Like the only thing I can imagine is Druckmann is in that phase with this character creation idea where he's going, I want the story to drive it. And I have the control. And there's no reason she would be a fashion plate. And, he's right. But there's also no reason that you would put, what's the guy's name? Chris, not Evans, not Chris Pine, the other one, the guy who's Star-Lord. You wouldn't put Chris Pratt and Jennifer, whatever her name is, the one in the Hunger Games. What is her name? Jennifer, whatever. You wouldn't put her and him in the goddamn movie about the spaceship and they wake up. I mean, they I guess you could maybe because she has to be attractive and that's why he woke her up. But the point is, there's a time where a lot of people create something and say, I want to try to be more pure to the character and less about, let me put somebody sexy in there. Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah. But I absolutely do think, if I were making, and I'm no Neil Druckmann, and that's clear, but if I were making a game like this, I would not make her a fashion plate, but I'd give her some hair and I'd push it a little bit, because I think, at least from what the game looks like, it looks like it's going to be kind of a fun space opera violent thing. And I think this is the kind of game that can really do that. But he may be like, dude, you don't know what kind of game this is. This is going to be action packed, but it's also going to have more pathos than that. And I want somebody who actually feels like a real person who can take care of herself. So I think the guy's earned enough of our patience, if you really love video games, to step back and go, let's see what the motherfucker's going to cook before we bitch about it. But, that's my take. All right. Nate does not want to talk. So Nate, I'm going to say goodbye to you, sir. Unless you're there. Are you there, Nate? Looks like he's trying to talk, but all right. We'll try back later if you want. This is Bloom. Bloom is Jaffe. Sean says, let people create their own protagonist. I would agree. Like I've said before, I think, I think if I'm an executive at one of these companies these days and we're spending that kind of money, I'm like, you know what? Figure out your story like in Dragon Age, actually, so anyone can be your main character. It's still your story. It's all that shit. But you're going to have to let the audience play around with how they look, because we're spending too much money, and this is, we don't want to lose any sales because of it. But I imagine most of these people would probably just find something else to bitch about. Okay. All right. Well, Nate, I had you. I tried, buddy. Nothing I can do. Bloom, I tried. Nothing I can do. If you want to hang on the line, see to fix what your problem is, let me know. But I cannot help you, my good friend. Okay. How do we know she doesn't start the game with hair? She might, LMS, but the thing is, this is your first impression, and these are conscious choices. And, they clearly, you put your main character out there for the first time, you make choices about how you want that character to be perceived. Andra says, thank you for your commentary about grifters. Lately, I've been very pessimistic about the situation with this mob. You just got to avoid it. You really just got to fucking ignore the shit out of them, because they really are just it's kind of getting old. Okay. Nathan, you're trying. Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah. Try one more time. Somebody sent me this. This was awesome. Tatum saying, check this out. UFO sighting over New Jersey. You can tell the orbs fly in formation. I just want to look at this before we go to the Pornhub. Let's see. I'm with you, Film Gamer X. What they played, the synth, was really cool from the soundtrack. All right, here we go. I guess this is taken from an airplane window. That's just a hovering drone, I believe, unless that's possibly a light on front of a helicopter, but helicopters have more than one light. So I don't know. Anyway, all right. Okay, yeah, Furiosa is a badass. She's pretty cool. Alien 3, Star Trek, the motion picture. Had bald ladies, absolutely. What part of India am I at? I just finished Egypt, so I guess I'm moving into the third act now. Jaffe ignores the nuance in the chat. Maybe it's just not very interesting nuance. What would you like me to not ignore, Darth Nugget? Write it and copy paste it. Maybe I'll read it, but Atar says that's the problem. 99% of female characters nowadays are ugly. Ugly is the norm now. The Stellar Blade girl is the abnormality. You know what? You may be right, but let's do a little research together, shall we? Let's look at biggest video games last
Bloom joined
3 years. I'll get to you callers in just 1 second. Okay. Let's do Elden Ring doesn't count, right? Because you can make your own character. Horizon Forbidden West, I don't like Alloy, whatever, but let's go to Baldur's Gate. All right. Let's go to Baldur's Gate. Let me put this over here because I just want to see how much what you're saying is accurate. Baldur's Gate 3 characters. All right, let's just see what the real story is here. I didn't think Shadowheart, is that her name? I thought she was cute. Can I just get an image? God, I don't want to click on all your bullshit. Just let me fucking see like a group shot of these people. Here we go. Okay. This maybe. So the Red Devil girl was pretty cool. Shadowheart was pretty cool in terms of being sexy visual ladies. Okay, so there's, I don't agree with you there. Tears of the Kingdom had Zelda. She was pretty. Spider-Man 2 had the black cat. You didn't think the black cat was hot? Spider-Man 2 black cat game. You thought this woman was ugly? You're out of your goddamn mind. Let's see what else. Hades had hot women in it. Female characters in Hades game. All right, let's see. Really? You think you think Aphrodite wasn't hot? You think whoever this wasn't hot? Let's go to the wiki. I think you're being very selective in your outrage, my friend. There's lots of hot characters in video games. I think some of the Mortal Kombat characters were hot. Look at Aphrodite. Come on, what's the matter with you? Mortal Kombat 1. You say these women are ugly. Let's see. Female characters. Let's see. Here's Malene. God damn it, just show me. I don't want to do all this bullshit. Just let me. Oh, you idiots. Come on. Images. There we go. Is there a good group? I mean, you think Jade? Really? She's ugly? That woman's ugly to you? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Then I guess you and I have just different standards of beauty, I suppose. This woman, what's that woman's name with the crazy hair? Sidra, whatever the fuck her name is. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? My night's going well, KB. How are you? Mid. It doesn't matter if it's okay. Whether it's mid, it's a drawing, not a real character. Dude, these are graphics. They're all fake. None of them are real. What are you talking about, man? I'm sorry. I don't think you have a pot to piss in. I'm not saying there aren't some characters that have been adjusted in order to make them look more like normal people, like in that you lose that kind of male gaze aspect. Certainly that's the case. But you're pushing it when you say all the characters are fucking ugly. What are you talking about? All right, Nate, it's Jaffe. Anything? Yep, it's not working, buddy. Let's try Twisted Biz. Twisted, it's Jaffe. What's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep. What's up, buddy?
Well, is it anything goes right now, or you want me to stick to the drones, or what?
Well, I don't want to fucking see your dick if that's what you mean, but no, you can talk about whatever you want.
No. Well, one thing I've been thinking about, this is a gaming thing, is do you think, like, how likely is it the Switch 2 will be like digital only, like no cartridges, kind of like the PSP Go?
I don't think very likely. I think Nintendo is going to be the last. I think they clearly like to hang on to what they know is working. They make money the way they're doing it. They need backwards compatibility, and so there's already going to be a cartridge slot, and so they're already going to have to build that into the hardware. My guess is it'll be a cart, and it'll be just like in terms of how you get your software, it'll be either or, just like the current one.
You know, I bought this thing called a Retro Mini, and it's some sort of handmade sort of like emulator, tiny little thing, smaller than a Game Boy Color, and it's got like 1,000 Game Boy Advance games on it, and like even old classic games from before that. And
how do they run? I'm looking at it right now. Hang on one second. Let me just show the audience, and I'll come back to you because there'll be an echo otherwise. One sec. This is what he's talking about. You guys may have seen it. And it's $40, and this one has the Retro Mini RS, has 90 handheld games. My guess would be it's illegal, but whatever. But my guess would be more importantly, or as importantly, it's not just illegal, but the games probably don't run very well. But maybe that's not the case. So let's find out. So how do these games run, Twisted?
Well, they run great. My only issue is it's kind of small, you know, the screen, so it's smaller than it normally would be on a regular Game Boy Advanced or Game Boy Color. But they run great. I mean, you can even have a save state for each game, so I can just click the game and it'll instantly take me right to that pause screen again. And it's really cool. Like, I mean, it's got like every Pokemon game that there ever was, and it's even got those Pokemon games that you'll see sometimes that are like Pokemon Black or whatever, that were like fan made, like not the official ones, but I can't remember the names of them, but like the green one that was never released in.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is clearly not coming from Nintendo. I mean, this is clearly a legal emulator or the emulator is probably not illegal, but the software inside is illegal to be there. But hey, fuck it. If you can get it, you can get it. I'm too old. My eyes can't handle. Like, I can't even play on a fucking Switch. If I can, but I'd prefer not to. So, but yeah, if your eyes handle it, I think that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the death of physical media, but to have 1,000 games in my pocket, I mean, it's just, you can't beat that.
Physical media is gone. It's nobody cares. That's wrong. That's when I say that, people say, "See, you say that," but there are people who I understand. There are people who care. But in terms of the royal we, most people take convenience over, physical in every other medium, and it's looking this. I mean, we've already seen it. We've seen the digital sales eclipse physical sales, 5-6 years ago. So,
well, by the way, this is Twisted Sith. I don't know if you could tell.
Now that I know who it is, I'm going to hang up on you. All right, buddy. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
All right, bye.
There he goes. Let me try Nate one more. Let me try Nate one more time. Nate, is it working? What's happening is I'm not detecting any sound from you, Nate. So that's kind of the issue. So if that helps you, that's what's happening. Okay. Marwa is an anti-Semite. I get the sense she is. I've seen some of the things she's been typing. Okay. Let's look. Did I ever play Solomon's Key? I think I did back in the day. Been a while though. But anyway, the point is that there's a lot of attractive people in games. Nate, is it working? It seemed like it worked for a moment there. All right, let me know. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Let's go to the Pornhub wrap. This is the Pornhub wrap. I'm curious what I always like to save this and look at it with you guys. So, okay, so top searches in porn stars. I'm actually going to take this off the stream first because I want to see if you guys can guess. I want to know. Okay, so let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, here we go. Let's go. Trans is up to number 25. It's up 5 points. People looked up blowjob at number 24. Ebony has dropped 5 places. 23. 22 is cosplay. That's gone up 7 points. Massage has dropped 2 points. Big tits gone up 13 points. A huge climb. A huge climb. I bet this is number 1 with a bullet. It's gone up 15 points over last year. animation porn has been the biggest climber in 2024. Threesome has dropped a spot. Cream pie's gone up 3. Stepmom's dropped 2. Asian went up 3. Here we go into the top 10. Latina dropped 1. Japanese dropped 4. Anime keeps growing. Went up 4 spots. Big ass went up 3 spots. Anal went up 1. Lesbian dropped. I don't even know what this is. Number 2 went up 2 spots to hit the number 3 spot. Penne? Like penne pasta? What the fuck is penne? I don't even know. I don't know. No clue. No clue. MILF is number 2. And number 1, as always, is number 1, is the hentai. Wait, penne is Filipinas? Is that what that means? Penne porn? Yeah, I've never heard that term. Okay. Penne is your number 1 term. It's spelled Pina, which bumped lesbian down to 4th place, they say. The term rose 2 places, earning in the top. It's the first time it's been in the top 3. The word penne is a noun for a woman of Filipino origin or descent. The popularity of the term is likely in part due to the increasing number of views coming from the Philippines. Okay. Which accounted to for the third most amount of traffic to Pornhub this year. All right. Got it. Here are the most popular performers. I don't know porn actors and actresses. I just don't. Why would I? It's so weird to me. I don't have a folder. I don't save it. I know who Sasha Grey is, and that's it. But I'll tell you that you might know these people. I'll tell you the top. I think it's men and women. It's just porn stars. It says so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, number 10 is Mia Malkova. Number 9, jumping up 7 places. She's tied with somebody else for being the biggest climber this year. Lexa Luna. Riley Reid dropped 2 to number 8. Johnny Sins goes to number 2, goes up 2 spaces. Number 6 is Alex Adams, up 7 places. Here we go. Top 5. Eva F. Elfie. Has dropped 2 places, but there she is. She's cutie. Lana Rhodes has stayed as is. Violet Myers gone up 2 places. Here we go. Top 2. Abella Danger used to be number 1. She dropped. She lost the lead to Angela White. All right, there we go. Amateur models, whatever. I don't know. These are just names. They mean nothing. Let's do this one. In the United States, the top 5 porn search for in the United States is Ebony. Number 4 is Asian. Number 3 is MILF. Number 2 is Latina. And number 1 is hentai. Okay. Here we go. This is my favorite. The United States top relative searches. Where you live. This will tell you what porn is the most popular in your state. For example, in Alaska, the number 1 thing they look up in Alaska is anal dildo. That's the number 1. Hang on. Bloom, are you there? Nate, are you there? Nope. All right. California is friends moms is the number 1 porn term. Washington State, it's milking. That's so weird though. Okay, so here's exactly how they describe it. These are the terms searched more often in each state when compared to all others. So it's not that this state, their number 1 search was friend's mom. It was that compared to all other states, this state had friend's mom as the most searched, basically. Yeah, I think it's like prostate milking. It's interesting though. If you look at the image, you'll start seeing, I'm assuming these are states where Pornhub is banned, right? Because why would there not be data here? Ebony, homemade in Georgia. Cubana in Florida. Ebony, BBW is big black woman in Louisiana. Wife, big black woman in South Carolina. Fat woman in West Virginia. chubby MILF. Isn't that interesting? You've got in the South, you've got all of these people searching at a high volume of pornography for large fucking women. Interesting. Naked women in Pennsylvania. Could you get more boring, Pennsylvania? That's their number one. Naked women. Okay. You guys are real creative there. Face sitting in Massachusetts. Pee in Wisconsin. Futa hentai in Minnesota. This one's interesting. Why would hot babes be South Dakota, but then North Dakota is lesbian strap-on? I don't understand that. Ohio is cuckold. What is? That's what I want to know. I want to know what it is. Like, you can kind of look at the South and go, ebony makes sense because ebony down there is probably taboo. It's probably a bunch of white dudes who are racist looking up black ladies. But that's just a guess. I don't know if that's true. But what I do wonder is, what is it about New Mexico, for example, where housewife is a very prominent porn search, or furry is a prominent one in Oregon? That's interesting to me. Like, what would cause that? What would cause that? Arizona being Navajo is kind of interesting. I assume that that's sort of like, just like Hawaii being Oahu, just because that's kind of, there's a lot of women there of that background, right? Yeah, I mean, the internet's a global, yeah, but they did do global. We did global already, but the top 20 countries by traffic, UK, Mexico, Philippines, France, and the United States, the number one consumer of the pornography. Let's see. Time spent per visit. 10 minutes in the United States, 11 minutes. They take their time in Mexico. They get in and out in Poland because they're worried about being, invaded by Putin. So they're like, look, we got to take care of business. But look, Putin's drones could be coming across the border any minute. So I don't want to be caught with my pants down, literally. I get that. Older people take longer. 83 seconds above the average if you're 65. But if you're 18 to 24, you take 80 seconds, basically rounded up, less time. In the States, the top state is Alaska for spending time on the Pornhub. What else do they have to do in Alaska? Connecticut, Wisconsin, Ohio. The quickest, where's California? Probably right in the middle. The quickest is North Dakota. I'm not sure why. Would you like to know the states where would you like to know people's favorite time to watch the pornography? I would be interested in this. Guess in the chat the time in the United States most people are watching Pornhub. What do you think? Who's going to get it right? Don't go search and then don't fucking cheat. It's not 11 o'clock, Blackjack. Brad Skaggs says it's before bed. Okay, well, how do they know what that is? No, it's a specific time. Yeah, Frank Blasey got it. 12 a.m. Here's what it looks like. Most people do it pretty late at night. 10 o'clock, then it goes up to 11, then it goes up to midnight, and then it craters around 1 or 2 a.m. And the day that people search it the most, here you go. Oh, interesting. The number one time Americans, the most popular day of searching pornography, when do you think that is? What day of the week is the most popular day of searching pornography? This is interesting. I would not have guessed this. It's not hump day. No. Sunday after church. No. Sean got it backwards. The least popular day, he thinks it's Friday as the most. The least popular day is Friday. Maybe people are out trying to make things happen. Ivan got it right. The most popular time for pornography is 11 o'clock on Monday. 11 o'clock on Monday is when the porn is raging. Okay. Let me see. I want to see what dropped off the charts here. Lesbian category this year saw its first drop out of the number one place in a few years. It was the top the last 2 years. It says overall, it is an extremely popular category and a common fantasy amongst straight men who make up a large portion of viewers on Pornhub. Okay. What else we got? The world's most viewed categories. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Look at this. This is the world's most viewed categories. In America, yes, Struggle says it's during church. That's right. In America, the number one viewed category is ebony, a country built on racism and slavery and filled with white privilege has granted us the number one porn search in this entire great United States of ours is ebony. If you go up north to Canada, they like the lesbians. If you go down south, this kind of tracks lower South America is anal. They like the anal down there. In Africa, they like the ebony. That makes sense because there's a lot of black folks in there. If you look up India, it's Indian. If you look up the Middle Eastern states, countries, it's Arab. MILF is Russia. Lesbian is Australia. Anal is China. Right? Come on. Look at this. You want to know what's growing? Here's the top gaining categories. Oh boy, I don't want to read that. But I will. This year, many of the top gaining categories were completely different than last year. Bukkake grew 125%. Come on now. Fingering grew 100%. Public grew 87%. The popularity of vertical videos is on the rise too. Our statisticians found that 18 to 24-year-olds were the most likely to view the vertical videos. The increase in muscular men category by 51% can be partially attributed to the increase in female viewers who watch the category more than male counterparts. Cosplay's increase of 33% could potentially be running parallel to the rising popularity of animated content. And by the way, hey, behind the scenes, had a 75% increase, which could have something to do with users who are looking for new ways to connect with their favorite performers. Top gaining categories: cosplay, vintage, MILF, funny, muscular men, fetish, fisting, behind the scenes, strap-on, vertical video, public, and here we go. The top three: fingering grew 98%. French went up 104%, and Bukkake went 125%. Think about that. Ooh, really? Ooh, devs are starting to drop the Xmas cards on PlayStation blog. Oh, that'll be this weekend. We'll look at that on Gabbin Games tomorrow or Sunday. Only a few more categories left, but I want to read them to you because they're good. Listen to this. The categories that were viewed the longest. Coming in at number 6, bisexual male. People watched it for 7 minutes. Threesomes, they watch for 7 minutes, 4 seconds. Lesbians, they watch for 7 minutes, 18 seconds. Vintage, 7:33. Reality porn, 7:48. The number one category that was viewed the longest was massage. Look at these, though. These are the ones that were viewed the shortest. Number 6, tattooed women. Solo female, number 5. Number 4 is feet. Number 3 is cosplay. Virtual reality is 2 because people were getting sick. And number 1 was vertical. Okay. Here you go. For some of our gay fans here. The most searched for gay terms. Here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5, straight guys first time went up +1. I don't know what vintage means. Maybe it's black and white. I don't know. Femboy went up 4 places. Peenoi. So I guess that's the male version of Filipino, basically. Anime coming in hard at number 2, and number 1 is twink. Twink is actually number 1 is twink, number 2 is anime. Okay. What else do we got? There's a lot more here. Men versus women. Each year there's an overlap between categorical interests. For example, the favorite category of men was Japanese this year, just like in 2023. For women, it was their second favorite. So men like Japanese is number one. Women's number one is lesbian. MILF number two for men. Number two for women is Japanese. Mature is 3 for men. MILF is number 3 for women. Anal gets 4 for both. Ebony is 5 for men and threesome for the women. So, there you go. Anything else? Women viewed more by women compared to men. Scissoring, pussy licking, solo male, fingering, muscular men. Yeah, this thing's getting demonetized. All right, let's see. More women in the Philippines watch porn than men. Same with Argentina. Interesting. It's growing though. It's growing. Okay, there you go. Interesting. Generational tastes. Top relative categories by Gen Z. Their favorite top 3: gaming, hentai, vertical video. Gen Y, if you're 25 to 34, parody. It's like you're getting old. You're just like, I'm a joke. Tattooed women and FMM, female, male. What does FMM stand for? But that's the number one thing that Gen Y looks up. The greatest, Gen X, they got feet. Come on now. Role play. Okay. Compilation. We don't have time. We just need it. It's got to come quick and fast. Boomers like number 3 is double penetration. Number 2 is gangbang. Number 1 is strap on. For the boomers. And that's as high as they go. Most people are looking at the pornography on the phone, then the desktop, then the tablet. Let's see if they get to video game consoles. I'm sure they do. Windows and then Apple. Most people look at it on Chrome, then Safari. All right, come on, give me. Oh, here we go. Traffic by game consoles. 1% is like 3DS and PS Vita. Jesus, can you imagine getting your porn on the 3DS at this point? 4.9% is Xbox. 35% is PS4. 60% is the PS5. Xbox dropped 70% this year. PlayStation went up about 40% this year. All right, here we go. Most searched for movie characters. Let's just do these. Catwoman, Spider-Man, we're going up towards the top. Catwoman, Spider-Man, Batman, Deadpool, Black Widow, The Incredibles, Wonder Woman, Harry Potter, Avatar, top 3. Game of Thrones characters, 2 Star Wars characters. Can you guess what number 1 is? The number 1 most searched for movie character on Pornhub is Daddy's Little Monster, Harley Quinn. Ooh, look at this one, boys. Most searched for video game porn. Oh, baby. Come on now. You know I got to read all of this to you. I think we're looking at, I don't know how many, but I'm just going to read them to you. Here, I'll put it up on the screen too so you can see it. Come on. How many fucking categories these fuckers have? Jesus fucking Christ. Hang on. No. Nope, wrong one. Video games. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Atomic Heart. What? I guess because those 2 robot twin girls. Mortal Kombat, Cyberpunk. We're going up towards the top. Sims 4, GTA 5, Valorant, League of Legends, Resident Evil. Now, this is a little weird. The number 5th most searched for term for video game porn is Minecraft. What? What in the fuck is that about? Overwatch is 4. Pokemon, I guess with what's her name? What's that girl's name? Misty is 3. Genshin Impact is 2. And Dragon Age Veilguard is tied with Star Wars Outlaws for number 1. That's a lie. It's actually Fortnite. What else is on here? Fallout, Skyrim, Call of Duty. I am proud to say that God of War is in the top 50. Red Dead Redemption, Detroit Become Human is on there. Most searched for video game characters. All right. Let's see. Freya from God of War. That's Corey Barlog joined. I didn't do that. Katana. May from Overwatch. Samus from Metroid. Whatever her name is. Jill Valentine. Come on, you better fucking put Claire Redfield up there. Cammy from Street Fighter. Mario from Super Mario Brothers. Widowmaker from Overwatch. The Paint from Splatoon. I'm kidding. Sonic the Hedgehog, Ada Wong, Ashley, Lady Dimitrescu. You know what I'm talking about. Lara Croft, the number one searched for video game character is Chun-Li. Chun-Li. Is the last category I'm going to do. If there's more, we'll do it on the next Jaffe stream. But here we go. I want to tell you the percentage drop in traffic compared to an average day. Mexican Independence Day, Ascension Day, Good Friday. Then we get into the top 3. Easter in Poland sees a massive drop off of porn usage. Italy, Assumption of Mary, huge drop off. The number one day of massive porn drop is a United States holiday. Can you guess what it is when Americans say, no, thank you, I don't need the porn. Thank you for the offer. I'm not interested in consuming your pornography. It's corporate says 9/11. No, it's not 9/11. It is not Valentine's Day. It's a very strange little holiday it's not a little holiday, but it's a strange holiday. It's not Christmas. It's not Easter. It is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the number one drop off of traffic on Pornhub, 33.5% down on Thanksgiving. Independence Day in America, other American holidays are Memorial Day sees a 11% drop. That's about all we get. So there you go. Oh, interesting. We got to do this one. These are the events that change traffic. The presidential debate, Election Day insights, total eclipse, and the Super Bowl. That got us to lose a bunch of viewers, basically. So there you go. That is your Wayne B says it's hard to watch the porn with Granny in the room. What I'll say to you guys is that is the year in porn 2024. And, we look at that every year. I always find that really interesting and fun. I don't know what insight can you take from that? Maybe I will feed it in real quick to chat. This is like an 80-page document. I'm going to put this in Chat GPT and I'm just going to ask it. I'll say, what are your top 5 insights about humanity based on the data in this website? So I sent ChatGPT my God, it is already done. It is already done. Number 1, cultural curiosity and representation matter. The popularity of searches often reflects cultural shifts or moments in the zeitgeist. Number 2, digital habits reflect personal exploration. A surge in specific categories or niche interests points to people using anonymity online to explore their identities, preferences, and curiosities. Excellent. See, this is why I was talking to somebody earlier about all the changes in LGBT and stuff. And it's like, what, there's just more trans people? No, the computer has allowed people, to explore and find people who are like them. Number 3, the influence of mainstream media. Trends and searches often align with high-profile events in pop culture, such as viral moments, celeb scandals, and popular media releases. Number 4, generational and regional differences persist. And number 5, technology shapes preferences. Increasing searches for categories like AI or VR suggests humanity is not only adapting to, but also incorporating tech into intimate areas of life. It indicates a broader societal shift towards blending human experiences with digital innovation. These insights collectively reveal humanity's mix of curiosity, individuality, and adaptability, showcasing how people express, explore, and sometimes escape their realities. How about this one? What kind of porn has it been found that serial killers gravitate towards? Studies show preferences for violent or degrading content, escalation hypotheses, association with paraphilia. Okay, serial killers with specific paraphilias, e.g., sadism, necrophilia, may seek porn that aligns with those interests. Diverse preferences, role of fantasy, and reinforcement. There you go. There you go. Okay. That's that. What else we got? I think I'll save these stories. These are some good stories. Let's see if there's any more drone information. My guess is no, but you never fucking know, man. Drone. Let's see if we got anything up here. No, nothing new. Nothing new, boys. Okay. Fellas, that's Jaffe's stream for tonight. I'll be back all weekend doing content because, you know, the Game Awards was great, but it kind of threw us off the schedule, and I owe you guys some more content. So I'll be making videos, doing streams all weekend long, and I look forward to seeing you again on a live show. In the meantime, though, hang on, what's this? In the meantime, seriously, no joke. Thank you guys. I want to make sure I didn't miss any of these chats real quick. Yep. Okay. In the meantime, seriously, guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys hopefully soon. All right. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for calling in. Bye, everyone.